how are you? I hope all are good. Today let me start SST chapter number 7, the making of regional culture, यानी कि क्षेत्रीय संस्कृति का निर्माण. क्षेत्रीय मतलब अपने एरिया के क्षेत्रीय संस्कृति. The medieval period of Indian history saw the growth of several regional cultures. तो जो हमारा मेडिवल यानी कि मध्यकालीन जो युग था उसमें बहुत सारी इतिहास में बहुत सारी चीज़ें देखने को मिली संस्कृति की. ठीक है ना. द स्प्रेड ऑफ भक्ति मूवमेंट फ्रॉम द 8th to 15th century एनकरेज द ग्रोथ ऑफ रीजनल लैंग्वेजेस लाइक मराठी, हिंदी एंड बंगाली. तो जो भक्ति मूवमेंट आया था 8 से लेके 15वीं शताब्दी के बीच, उसमें क्या हुआ था, उसमें जो रीजनल लैंग्वेज है ना, हमारी जो क्षेत्रीय भाषा हैं, कौन कौन सी, मराठी, हिंदी और बंगाली, उनकी जो है ग्रोथ हुई, उनका जो बोलने का जो है वो रेशियो बढ़ा. सो विद द कमिंग ऑफ पर्शियंस, जब पार्शियंस आए तो तुर्क्स एंड अरब्स टू इंडिया इन द 12th century, their cultures intermingled with those of the Indians and every region developed its own language, literature, dress, food, habits, dance and music. तो क्या हुआ, धीरे धीरे जो है every region developed. तो किन चीजों का विकास हुआ, क्या चीजें विकसित हुई, भाषा, साहित्य, ड्रेस, उनका खाना, उनके हैबिटेट्स एंड डांस और म्यूजिक. द जगन्नाथ कल्ट. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल लेट्स टॉक अबाउट जगन्नाथ. होती है ना जगन्नाथ रथ यात्रा, आपने सुनी होगी. डिफरेंट रीजन्स हैड डिफरेंट रिलीजियस ट्रेडिशन around which regional cultures developed. The cult of Jagannath, Lord of the world, another name of Lord Krishna at Puri, Odisha, is the best example of how regional cultures grew around religious traditions. है ना. अब बात करते हैं जगन्नाथ के बारे में. तो ये ये डिफरेंट रिलीजियस ट्रेडिशन है around which regional cultures developed. The cult of Jagannath, meaning जगन्नाथ का मतलब होता है literally meaning Lord of the world, संसार के भगवान. अनदर नेम ऑफ लॉर्ड कृष्णा. तो ये जो है भगवान कृष्ण का ही एक रूप है. ठीक है. सो पुरी उड़ीसा इज द बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल ऑफ हाउ रीजनल कल्चर्स ग्रू अराउंड रिलीजियस ट्रेडिशन. टू दिस डे अ वुडन इमेज ऑफ द डाइटी इज मेड बाय द लोकल ट्राइबल पीपल. तो एक वुडन इमेज होती है, ये लकड़ी की बनी हुई इमेज होती है, 3 इमेजेस होती हैं वहाँ लोकल लोगों के द्वारा बनाई हुई. ठीक है ना. दिस सजेस्ट दैट द डाइटी वाज ओरिजिनली अ लोकल गॉड हु वाज लेटर आइडेंटिफाइड विद कृष्णा एंड इनकार्नेशन ऑफ विष्णु. इन द 12th century, Anantvarman, one of the most important rulers of the Ganga dynasty, decided to erect a temple dedicated to पुरुषोत्तम जगन्नाथ एट पुरी. तो जो वहाँ के शासक थे ना, जो अभी नाम मैंने बोला था, क्या हु इज अनंतवर्मन. तो उन्होंने डिसाइड किया था कि एक मंदिर बनाने का पुरुषोत्तम जगन्नाथ के नाम से पुरी में. आफ्टर हिम किंग अनंग भीमा थर्ड in 1230 CE devoted his kingdom to the deity and proclaimed himself as the deputy of the god. As the temple's importance as center of pilgrimage increased, its authority over social and political matters also increased, due to which it became important for the conquests of Odisha, like the Mughals, the Marathas and the British East India Company, to gain control over the temple so that their rule would become acceptable to local. Development of regional languages led to translations. As the regional cultures developed, so did regional languages. For example, during the Sultanate period, both Persian and Hindi were used officially. Telugu became the literary language during the time of the Vijayanagar rulers. Bahamani kingdom and Bijapur had Marathi as their administrative language. Many works that were written in Sanskrit or Tamil were translated to other languages. This translation work was many times commissioned by rulers of large kingdoms. During the reign of Firoz Shah Tughlaq and Akbar, many Sanskrit words on medicines and music were also translated into Persian. So Ramayana was translated by Badoni and Faizi translated Leelavati. Another important poet was Abdul Rahim Khan, I Khana, popularly known as Rahim, whose meaningful dohas are still read and admired. In fact, Rahim के दोहे are an important part of Hindi language. सबने पढ़े होंगे, ये बुक्स में भी आते हैं, रहीम के दोहे, कबीर के दोहे, है ना, तुलसीदास की रचनाएं. So Tulsidas, who lived during the time of Akbar, translated Ramayana into Awadhi. तो रामायण जो हिंदी संस्कृत में लिखी हुई थी, किसमें ट्रांसलेट किया उसने? अवध भाषा में. A dialect of Hindi. It was called the Ramcharitmanas. सूरदास, a भक्ति poet from Agra. सूरदास जो एक भक्त कवि थे, भक्ति के कवि थे, आगरा से थे, wrote numerous verses in Brij Bhasha. Sur Sagar was his most remarkable composition. Malik Muhammad Jaisi wrote the epic poem Padmavat, in which he described the story of Rani Padmini. Different languages. In the 9th and 10th centuries, mostly North Indian languages started emerging. For example, in the east, Odia and Bengali; in the central part, Hindi; in the west, Marathi. These languages developed from Prakrit. It was used by Buddha and Mahavira to give their sermons. Arabic. It was the main language in Central and West India because it was the language of Prophet Muhammad. This language was supported by the Delhi Sultans and also by regional kings. During this period, the most famous work in Arabic was Fatwa-i-Alamgiri. It was encouraged by the Chola kings. Different administrative records were maintained in Tamil, Telugu and Kannada. Malayalam. It was patronized by the Chera kings. Hindi. It was evolved from various dialects such as Brij Bhasha, Awadhi, Maithili, Bhojpuri and Khadi Boli between the 7th and 10th centuries. Persian. It was introduced as an administrative language in the country by the arrival of Turks. Urdu. This language came from combination of Persian and Hindu. The word Urdu literally means camp. It was widely used to write poems and biographies during the reigns of the later Rajputs and traditions of heroism. In the 19th century, the region that constituted most of present-day Rajasthan was called Rajputana by the British. There were several groups who identified themselves as Rajputs in many areas of northern and central India. However, the Rajputs are often credited for the development of the distinctive culture of Rajasthan. These rulers cherished the ideal of the hero who fought valiantly, often choosing death on the battlefield rather than face defeat. Women are also depicted as followers, following their heroic husbands in both life and death. Rajput women practiced Johar, an act of mass self-immolation to avoid capture and enslavement by enemy when facing defeat. तो जब रानी महारानियां होती थी, राजपूतों का जो ट्रेडिशन था, ठीक है ना, अगर मतलब किसी राजा के उस पे किले पे वो कर लिया, उन्होंने फतेह कर ली, राजा को मार दे, तो जितनी भी वहां पे महिलाएं होती थी, औरतें होती थी, दासियां, रानियां, सब जौहर करती थी कुंड में, अग्नि कुंड में, वाह, ताकि जो वो है मुगल हैं, जो दुश्मन है, वो उनको पकड़ के ले ना जाए. तो उन्हें ये था कि इससे अच्छा तो वो क्या करती थी, महल के दरवाजे बंद करके सब एक साथ मिलके कुंड में जौहर कर देती थी, मतलब आग में अपने आप को जला लेती थी. Stories about Rajput hero were recorded in poems and songs. राजपूतों की जो कहानियां हैं वो सॉन्ग्स में और उसमें हैं, which were recited by specially trained minstrels. These minstrels preserved the memories of heroes and were expected to inspire others to follow their examples. Ordinary people were also attracted to these stories, which depicted dramatic situations and displayed a range of strong emotions such as loyalty, friendship, love, valor and anger, etc. Painting is an art form. Ajanta caves in Maharashtra are famous for Indian paintings. तो अजंता में जो महाराष्ट्र में जो वो है अजंता की गुफाएं वो किस लिए फेमस है? पेंटिंग के लिए फेमस है. द इनर वॉल्स ऑफ द बृहदेश्वरा टेम्पल, तो जो बृहदेश्वर मंदिर की जो अंदर दीवारें हैं ना वो ब्यूटीफुल पेंटिंग से जो है सजी हुई है. फ्रॉम हिंदू मिथोलॉजी, पाम लीफ मैन्यूस्क्रिप्ट डेकोरेटेड विथ कलरफुल पेंटिंग्स, है ना. इज अनदर एग्जाम्पल ऑफ दिस एक्सिक्यूट आर्ट फॉर्म. द मुगल रूलर्स वर ऑल्सो ग्रेट पैट्रॉन्स ऑफ आर्ट, स्पेशली पेंटिंग which was a fine artistic mix of Indian and Persian traditions. The Mughal Emperor Humayun was instrumental in developing miniature paintings, which again are a reflection of Persian influence. Jahangir popularized portrait painting and paintings of animals. Painters from Mughal court settled in different parts of the country like Rajasthan, Kangra and the Deccan, and influenced their culture as well as art forms. The Rajasthani paintings of medieval period are a blend of the themes and styles of traditional Indian paintings with Mughal forms and styles. म्यूजिक तो बहुत पुराने टाइम से है, अब क्या है उसका तरीका बदलता जा रहा है ना. पुराने टाइम में, लेकिन जो पुराने टाइम में म्यूजिक था, ठीक है ना, सारंगी, सितार, बांसुरी है, अभी भी ये थोड़ा थोड़ा ट्रेडिशन में, लेकिन अभी थोड़ा हाईटेक चीज़ें होने लगी हैं, उस वजह से थोड़ा चेंज हो गया. ड्यूरिंग द मेडिवल पीरियड, नॉर्थ इंडियन क्लासिकल म्यूजिक पॉपुलरली नोन एज हिंदुस्तानी म्यूजिक एंड साउथ इंडियन क्लासिकल म्यूजिक विच इज ऑल्सो नोन एज कर्नाटिक म्यूजिक बिकेम पॉपुलर. सो however control over India by different dynasties influenced the Indian traditional music. तो सबसे ज़्यादा क्या मतलब किस चीज़ को तवज्जो दी जाती थी? जो ट्रेडिशनल म्यूजिक होता था. Turks brought with them their own tradition of music and also introduced new musical instruments like rabab and sarangi. Amir Khusro, who was a famous musician of Delhi Sultanate, introduced Persian, Arabic ragas such as Aman, Ghoda and Sanam in India. Mughal rulers also gave patronage to music. Akbar patronized Tansen of Gwalior, who was a great musician. He created many new melodies or rag like Darbari, Malhar, Deepak, etc. Next topic is dance. Many classical dances evolved during the medieval period in India. The classical dances were performed in temples. तो जो classical संगीत होते थे ना, सांस्कृतिक मतलब क्लासिकल जो मतलब पुराने जो क्लासिकल मीन्स जो पुराने नृत्य होते थे, अलग अलग जो एक्सप्रेशन से जो नृत्य होते थे वो मंदिरों में होते थे. Each region slowly began to evolve its own dance form. For example, Bihu is the folk dance of Assam, ठीक है, and Tippani is the folk dance of Gujarat that adds to the rich culture of these states. Next one is Kathak. Kathak is major classical dance of North India. Kathak got its name from Katha story. मतलब उस कथक डांस में ऐसा होता था, उस पूरे डांस में पूरी एक स्टोरी नरेट होती थी. It actually originated from the devotional recitation of the storytellers for the Kathakars. It became popular in 15th and 16th century with the spread of Bhakti movement. The legend of Radha Krishna were performed beautifully in the form of skits called Ras Leela. Kathak developed in three traditions or gharanas: Jaipur Gharana, Lucknow Gharana और Banaras Gharana. So, Bharatnatyam. Bharatnatyam is a classical dance that originated in Tamil Nadu. In South India, it evolved as a temple dance. The Chola rulers were the patrons of Bharatnatyam. Other dance forms that are recognized as classical at present are Kathakali, Mohiniyattam, Kuchipudi, Manipuri and Odissi. Art and dance forms have no doubt enriched our culture, but this became possible because of the patronage and interest shown by the rulers. Bengal was ruled by the Palas. They also ruled over Bihar, parts of Odisha and Assam. for over 4 centuries. They were great patrons of learning, because of which language, literature, painting and music flourished in their time. Language and literature. The Palas were known for their active patronage of language and literature. The 10th century witnessed the development of Bengali. है ना, जो 10th century है, 10वीं जो शताब्दी है, वो फेमस किस लिए थी? बंगाली के लिए, उसका विकास विकसित होने के लिए. Odia and Assamese, a popular new language, a Proto-Bengali from was used by Buddhist poets to compose the first poems of Bengali literature called Charyapadas. It provides a realistic picture of medieval Bengali society. Bengali literature in the medieval age was often either religious or adaptations from other languages. Painting. No paintings of the pre-Pala period have been found. Since the Pala rulers were Buddhist, most of the miniature paintings of their time are visual expressions of the Mahayana school of Buddhism. According to the Tibetan scholar Taranath Dhiman and his son Vitpala were the master sculptors and painters during the reigns of Dharampala and Devpala. Various Buddhist manuscripts such as the Pancharaksha, Ashtashaharshika and others have beautiful paintings. Approximately 400 paintings survived depicting a well-developed art form, though limited to manuscript paintings. Scholars believe that the paintings of the Pala period definitely influenced the East India, Tibetan and Nepali paintings of the 14th century. We do not know much about music and its trend under the Palas. The composing of Charya, a musical form, show the correlation between Bengali music and literature. Sharangdeva, who lived in the 13th century, wrote the Sangeet Ratnakar, which has an early account of Charya. Jayadev's song in the Geet Govinda can be regarded as the forerunner of the Dhrupad form of Hindustani music. Another famous work in music is the Shri Krishna Kirtan of Chandidas. Bengali music involved because of its association with the Vaishnava Bhakti song. So these all are the topics we discuss here. Okay, so the all topics are covered here. I hope you all are very well understand and enjoy it. So we will meet you in next class. Thank you.